Hi, we're at the Detroit Lakes ALC here housed at M State, and we are talking to a group of people about a public service announcement contest that they won. I've got Brady Baxter here and some of the students that participated in the sex trafficking PSA. So Brady, tell me about the project.
Sure. This is actually our second project in a series of many that we're doing that are project-based learning activities where we group the students up into groups and they create something. And in this case it was, yes, a public service announcement. And what the groups chose was a social problem or another issue in our communities that needs to be addressed, and there needs to be more public knowledge about those subjects. So that's kind of how they chose the subject. The subjects ranged widely from distracted driving to human trafficking, or more specifically sex trafficking that these girls talked about. And what we did is we took 5 days, so for an entire week we took about an hour to an hour and a half each day, and we worked bit by bit at putting the videos together and creating them. So these girls had to, some of them were learning how to use the video programs on the iPad as they were going. They were researching as they went along. So there was a lot of movement, a lot of buzz here at the ALC when we were creating these videos. It was a lot of fun. So each group was kind of in their own room doing their own thing. But then on day 5, when we were done, we all came into the big conference room here at M State, and big projector screen in there, and we watched all the videos. And at that time we actually had a bunch of community members that came in, and they were the judges for this. So we had school board members, we had instructional coaches and other district administrators that came in. The superintendent, Mr. Doug Froke, was in the back seat as well. It was great. And for a lot of these videos, there were these girls and other groups, they interviewed community members too. So people from the Lakes Crisis Center, Officer Fulton, I think, was in your guys' video, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of familiar faces, familiar voices that were involved in this, and in the end it was just a great project just to kind of watch you guys grow and create what you did. And these are the 4 winners right here. Congratulations, girls.
Yes, congratulations. Very, very good. And now you said that the theater was also kind of involved.
Oh, yes. So the winning group, these girls here, actually each won a ticket, a free movie theater ticket to a movie, and you got free popcorn too, right? Yep. There we go, free popcorn as well. So big thanks to the Detroit Lakes Theater. That really helped us out, and it gave an incentive for everybody to work a little bit harder.
Yes. And now what led you to kind of choose the sex trafficking topic, Senna?
Well, there's a lot of sex trafficking around the world, like in the UK, Africa, Russia, all those countries, and we thought it was a big deal because they got pushed and mangled and chained up, and we think it was a big deal because it's happening closer to home than we think.
Actually, in Minneapolis, it was the 3rd in the world for most cases of sex trafficking. And we thought it was just so shocking that it was so close to home, so that's why we chose the topic.
Well, like Senna said too, we thought this was something that was in Russia, in Africa, in other countries, or maybe Americans being sold to other countries, or girls from other countries being sold to America, but actually it's happening right here. It's a domestic problem. And if we think that it's not happening in our community, Detroit Lakes, or in Becker County, we're mistaken, because it is.
Okay. And kind of what did you learn from this whole process?
Pretty much how to protect ourselves in social media and in the community, and what to do if you are involved in sex trafficking or if you're a victim.
Okay. And so what can somebody take, what's one thing that somebody can do to maybe help prevent this problem?
You definitely need to be careful of what you're putting on your social medias and who you're letting follow you on social medias, because oftentimes those people aren't even who they say they are.
Okay. Perfect. Well, unfortunately, we have to cover this topic, but thank you for tackling it and doing a great job on the video. And we're actually very excited to present the video to you right now. We're going to be airing this public service announcement throughout the coming weeks on TV3, and we are thankful for you ladies. And Brady, thanks. And so please enjoy and take heart of this message.
What's your definition of sex trafficking?
Sex trafficking can come in many forms. People typically think it's an exchange of money for sex, but it can be an exchange of a lot of things, whether it's drugs.
Have you ever dealt with sex trafficking cases?
Yes, actually, we have. We're actually dealing with one right now of a woman that was from Minneapolis, and she was sex trafficked. She was actually addicted to drugs, and the man, and it was by a man and a woman, a couple, and they used that, and they actually started putting LSD and mind control, so she didn't know what she was doing. She was locked in a basement for 3 days, and men came in and out.
What is your definition of sex trafficking?
Well, criminally, it can vary from state to state, but typically, sex trafficking refers to anybody that is taken against their will or forced into committing sexual acts with other individuals on the benefit of somebody else.
Okay. Have you ever dealt with a sex trafficking case?
Yes, I have. We don't have it, it's not as prevalent as this area, it's more frequent in larger metropolitan areas, but it is very common for an individual to be taken from this area or to run away from this area, go to those areas, and go from there. However, with social media and online presence, we have had incidents like that occur as well.
How can we protect ourselves from being involved in sex trafficking?
Well, the biggest thing is, you gotta start by being smarter about what you do online. But now it's a whole other animal. You see the way things happen on Twitter, on Facebook, on Snapchat, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So you gotta be smart about the information you put out there. Sometimes, again, broad definition is sex trafficking that can refer to an individual that is kidnapped